Welcome to your Midweek Accelerator. This is Kristen with Sacred Soul Ascension, bringing to you a reading for the collective. And this is tuning into the highest potential timeline. So I don't read these cards necessarily traditionally by the archetypes. I kind of read into the energetic frequency of the day and let the cards reveal the signature that's being called forth in the moment. So today is Thursday, Jupiter Day, December 3rd. And this is, yes, for the collective, your midweek bump, midweek accelerator. How is your eclipse week going? We started with that lunar eclipse, right? And tears are coming to my eyes a bit because the emotional energies were very activated, I feel. It feels that we're all processing so much, and truly we are closing out not only 2020 and not only opening up truly into the 21st century in this 2021 that's opening. But we are letting go and releasing 12,000 years of energy. The Seven of Wands. Sevens have definitely been a theme this week as well with this eclipse energy. The seven is the seventh level, the seventh ray, the crown. So when I think about the seventh level, I think about the violet ray and the violet flame, and calling on that level of frequency, which is a very high healing frequency, to come in and purify the body, purify the mind, purify the emotions, purify the astral body. We're processing so much in the dream state, in the astral. And the seven, for me, invokes that fire of purification with the violet flame. It's a very high, potent, healing, cleansing, purifying energy that we can invoke when we feel any sense of turbulence, any sense of debris within our various levels of our system, and also when there is a pollution, in your environment that you're witnessing, or if you're wanting to send healing energy, sending the healing through the violet flame to cleanse the water, or cleanse the land, or purify someone's aura. So the seven really invokes that for me in this moment. The Seven of Wands, when we're working on wands, we are working with fire. We are working with that heat element of life, and that fire of passion and motivation and creation. And it's that gusto of life that propels you forward, propels one forward. With the seven, there's a pause in the play. It's definitely not pause like it's stopped. There's still action. There's still opening through the seven. Yet there's kind of a strategy session here with the seven. Like the six was the card of victory. And now before taking that next step into that next level of your path, there's this moment of pause, of strategy on where you're going to place that next action step, and how to align your mind, body, soul, spirit, with that movement forward. So all of you is on board with that next, because the Eight of Wands then is massive communication. It's like all arrows are going in that direction. So before you shoot your arrows in that direction, the Seven is advising a strategy, okay, and to gather your energy, gather your strength, and not just physically, mentally, emotionally, astrally, like bringing in that violet flame to purify and align the system in totality. So it's a very strong message coming through. And this Emperor wants to pop out with a big chunk of cards, but that coming off of that Seven of strategy, I just want to show that that face did appear, that what you are building is going to be long lasting, and it's like you're getting a huge life reset right now. We all are getting a huge life reset right now. So what you're intending, and this kind of crowning and connecting with your crown and opening the crown and connecting with your higher self is going to have very long lasting results. What you're building is to last through the next golden age, through another 2,000, potentially 12,000 year cycle. So we're letting go, and there's just so much healing in that process of letting go, and that simultaneously is creating space for the energy to realign and to crown, to intuit the future visions. And Serenity is under that Emperor. And I really like that because it's not the no pain, no gain patriarchal influence this time. That construction and that action and that doing is very much connected to that balance with the divine feminine, that receptivity, that level of communication where one aligns with the intuitive guidance from deep within and from all around and from above. It's a very listening and attuned kind of energy, not just like the pushing through. So I like that the Emperor is balanced with that message of serenity. Because it's not like I'm going to plow through all the forests and build this road, to carry my goods that, were made with cheap labor to be sold at, whatever, to the masses, that largely gets thrown away. That's the wasteful old patriarchal way. And we're listening to more of that feminine intuitive, really drawing in the communications with holistic systems thinking. And so this message is coming through is very interesting. What's coming through. And then the Nine of Cups invites us in that nine's a completion cycle. And that nine is also very much connected to the intuitive path. The ninth chakra is actually at the base of the skull, at the brainstem here. And it's really allowing your consciousness to be handed over to your higher selves and to assimilate your monad, you have a whole soul family tree above you, and bringing in those 144 aspects of you into the form, and to be on that journey of connecting to that level of intuition, that level of insight, of cosmic reception, of that celestial flow, of that higher frequency energy to give you, to deliver the visions, the dreams, the insights, and to bring that through, percolate it through your chakra system, and to create from that integrative space, that level of intuition. That Nine of Cups is very connected to the element of water. We have fire, we have water. The Emperor's fire in a very earthy way, and the Serenity is like very ether. This Nine of Cups is very much connected to the flow of divine timing and of synchronicity, and to, you know, allowing for divine timing to inform your actions and your words and your creations, and your timing of when you shift and you change and you move and you grow. And it's a very intuitive way of communicating with yourself and allowing the ebbs and the flows. Like when I was in Maui, you know, I would go out for these swims, not super deep. I stay pretty close to shore, but you know, you drop in pretty deep quick, and I would wait for the tide, or the waves rather, to push me back in when I was ready to go back in. Because if I was trying to like swim while the waves were pulling out, you know, it would exert a lot more force. It would fatigue. And it felt so good to just feel the bump of the wave push, basically like lift me up back onto the shore. And that's kind of that Nine of Cups, just really allowing the waves to pull you out and push you in, you know, and really feeling into those waves and just relaxing with it, you know, and not going against the current. And sometimes you got to go against the current, and that's, yeah, that builds strength, right? You know, there's that resistance strengthening as well, which feels good to swim against the current and then turn around and flow with the current, you know. But that's resistance training that builds, you know, muscle and mass and capacity. So it's both, but it's knowing your strategy, you know, it's knowing what you're doing and knowing how to use that energy in a way that's timely, right? You don't want to flow against the current when you're already exhausted. Let the current take you and restore you. And then when you need that building, you know, then swim against the current and work it, you know, not in a frustrated way, but in a, you know, this is where I'm putting my energy and I want to grow and strengthen in that way. So it's just yeah, being very connected, very intuitive, and like strategic, both in the practicality of building the structure, and also really connecting that higher self timeline where you can be strategic on a very high level. So you know, and all aspects of you are on board with what you're doing, right? So I like, maybe there's one more card. I don't know. Let's see. It kind of feels like I'm getting that nudge. And the Three of Swords just popped out. So there's a lot of emotional healing happening. And then the Queen pops out. So there is a lot of emotional healing that's happening right now. 12,000 years of it. of a karmic energy that you are clearing now. And Go into it, lean into it, do not bypass it. The treasures are inside of there. Your temple of self-healing is inside the spaces of whatever emotion is coming up for you. And don't wish it away, don't wish it to be another way. Lean into it and see the way through it, and see your expanded self like through that tunnel. And this Queen of Swords is here to bring forth again that higher intelligence energy, that crystal clear, direct thinking, direct speaking, speaking your ascended truth, right? So that all aspects of you resonate with the words you speak. It's like the universe has a megaphone on our thoughts and our words right now. So be very attuned to the vibrations of sound you're putting out there, internally and externally. And be precise with that communication within yourself, because the universe hears you loud and clear, and your future self hears you loud and clear. And that boomerang is just that it's warp speed. It's moving back like super instantaneous, quick. So Queen of Swords is definitely advising for very clear thinking, clear speaking, and to have a light heart about it as well. I read an oracle card last night on my friend's deck that the Queen of Winter, the Queen of Swords, was advising to be, that one of the characteristics is being funny, So yeah, keeping that element of lightness and levity. It's a card of levity. So yeah, let the Queen advise the Emperor, right? And work in harmony for that vision of the future self to come through, and to clean out any of that debris with that violet flame of Saint Germain, the seventh ray. There we go. Here's your cards. Okay. Very nice reading. Wishing you all a wonderful midweek, and I will see you for your weekend reading. Peace and blessings.